Hello, it's Monika from Crafting with Quilling Lady, and I hope you have absolutely fabulous day. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to create personalized Gatefold Explosion Card. If you've never ever created that type of Gatefold card, I really hope you'll give it a go because it is so much fun to make. For my card, I'm going to use Digistamp from Polkadoodles called the Daffodil. It comes from the Darling Buds collection, and I think it is the very best one from Polkadoodles. I absolutely love this collection, and if you haven't seen my Mother's Day card with one of the stamps from this collection, the link is at the top right corner. As you can see, I'm going to use my Spectrum Noir alcohol markers to color in that Digistamp. And what's really good about any Digistamp, you can make it as big or as small as you want. So I put them in Google Slides and I resized them because I really knew which size do I need for my projects. And this Gatefold Explosion Card is also a part of #FFC Challenge hosted by Monika, PaperMona. In the description down below, you can have all the information about this challenge, and I also leave the link to Monika's YouTube channel. And this challenge is absolutely amazing. So every single month is dedicated to a different fancy fold card. In March, we're going to create some gatefold cards. If you haven't seen my two other gatefold cards, I will link them at the end of this video so you can check them out. If you want to take part in it, all you have to do is to create your own card with the fancy fold for the month that we're in. And as I told you, March is dedicated to gatefold cards. All you have to do is to use that #FFC Challenge 2023 and put it on your social media. It can be on Facebook, Instagram or YouTube. That will be absolutely fine. We also have a Facebook group, Fancy Fold Craft Challenge, and if you want to join, all the information is in the description down below. And at the moment, we have over 40 amazing crafters taking part in that challenge. So if you have never ever created a fancy fold cards, this challenge is for you because every single month will be a different fancy fold. And we're going to put our videos on the 5th of every single month. And this challenge is just for fun. But to be honest, it is amazing because at the end of it, you'll have so many different cards that you can use for a variety of occasions. And they will be so unique because every single fancy fold is totally different. So please check all the information in the description down below. And as I told you, this month is dedicated to gatefold cards. In April, we're going to create a Dutch card. So if you've never ever tried that one as well, stay tuned because all the videos will be on the 5th of April. So, coming back to coloring my image. As you can see, I've got some yellows and greens because the person whose birthday was, her birthday was very close to the spring day, so I thought, why not? Let's use some yellows, greens, and her hair is pretty dark. And actually, that's how I see her. I see her with some yellows and green colors. So this Digistamp was absolutely perfect. Do you personalize your projects with the color of the hair, or maybe the outfits they like to wear? Please let me know in the comments down below. My personalized cards, I think I absolutely love them. I always go there because it is so stunning to create something totally personalized, and I know the recipient will love it. And I do wonder, how often do you create personalized cards or projects? Because all you have to do is to choose the color palette they like, or maybe some elements they like, and then use your alphabet stamps or cutting dice and put the name or the letter that they really like. Like, for example, the first letter of their first name, and that will be fine as well. So when this is ready, I thought, how can I make this card even more special? So I decided to use some circle nesting dice. But if you want, you can also fussy cut your Digistamps as well. And this one was printed on 180 GSM card from Hobbycraft. And I think this is really good for alcohol markers. And one more tip for you: whenever you use any alcohol markers, put a scrap piece of paper underneath, because the alcohol can go underneath and be soaked back again by your image, and you don't want any bleeding on your card. So that small piece of card or piece of paper underneath will really make a difference. So now it is time for some circle nesting dice, and I also created a green border slightly bigger than our image, so that will be our element inside the card. Now it is time to actually create that Gatefold Explosion card. So I've got nearly 6 inches by 12 inches, and it is time to do some scoring. So we're going to do it at 3 inches, 6 inches, and 9 inches. If you don't have 9, as I don't, you have to turn it over and score it at 3 inches. Now we're going to create diagonal lines going from one corner to the other. As you can see, if you have that black line in the middle, that really helps to create that line, because you can actually see where it goes. So if you have a scoring board, like in this case I've got my crafter's companion, you can create that black line, and trust me, it will really make a difference. If you're interested in any of the products I use in today's video, you can check the description down below, because I left the names and also some of the links, so yes, you can check them out. I also wonder, have you ever created a gatefold card? I think it is a very good style for weddings. If you agree with me, please let me know. That's why here I decided to go with a birthday card, because I don't really make that many birthday gatefold cards, so I thought let's give it a go. As you can see, now it is time for folding and burnishing all those core lines. You can use your scoring tool, and that will be absolutely fine. But we really have to burnish all of them, because that piece will go inside of the card. So I do encourage you to spend a really good time on it. Don't rush here, because when you fold it, it has to work together. With the front panel, we're going to create in a few moments. So always burnish all those core lines. When this is ready, we can move on to our next step. And we need a piece of white card. And this one will measure 6 by 12 inches as well. And we are going to do it really quickly. So again, we're going to score it at 3, 6, and 9, but as you can see I don't have 9 here, so I have to turn it over and score it. Also burnish all of them, and our front panel will be ready. Then the trickiest part is always, how do you want to decorate your card? And at this point I thought it is a spring birthday, so let's use some green as well. So it is time to put our inside element here. If you want, you can trim the ends a little bit, because as you can see they will be visible here. So use your trimmer, and in this case I use my Crafter's Companion's trimmer, because you can do that very thin notch here. So when this is ready, we have to use our liquid glue, and I've got my one and only magic glue, because I do have time to maneuver all those elements if I make a mistake. So I do encourage you at this point, use your glue. Don't use tape, because you have to make sure that this cut is exactly centered inside. When this is ready, just burnish it over and over again, because we want to make sure that the inside stays there forever, and it will be professionally finished. When this is ready, it looks like a proper gatefold card, right? But there is that explosion element inside that I really like. When this is ready, yes, we do have to decorate our inside of the card first. So as I told you, I decided to use some green, and these ones come from Lavender Tea Collection, and these are digital papers from Polkadoodles. I absolutely love them, and all you have to do is to create squares measuring 3 3/4, and you need 4 of them. Then with 2 you have to cut them in half, and then with the other 2 you have to cut them in half and half again, because we need 4 bigger triangles and 8 smaller triangles. As you can see, I played with the pattern, so I've got some polka doodles and also that checked pattern here. So I thought that will be a very cool for this card. Do you do that in your card making? Please let me know in the comments down below. I really like pattern papers and I think they add so much to every single cut you create. Now it is time for the smaller triangles. Again, I use the same one. All you have to do is to cut them exactly in half. And for this one, I do encourage you to use your trimmer. I use my Guillotine from Crafter's Companion, and I think it is perfect because it really gives me that clean cut. What is your favorite trimmer or guillotine for your card making? Please let me know if you have any tips for straight lines. When this is ready, then we have to decorate the inside as well with the image we created, and that will be fine. But all you have to do, you have to make sure that it will float a little bit. So we have to create a small element which will look a little bit like a bridge, let's say. But at this point, I decided to create the front panels. Again, I use exactly the same design papers from Polkadoodles Lavender Tea collection. As you can see, I'm using my one and only liquid glue because I do have that time to maneuver all those elements. And if you haven't joined our Facebook group with Fancy Fold Craft Challenge, please join us. It is such an amazing group where all the crafters just share their makes every single month. And we also have albums where you can put your gatefold cards for March. When this is ready, it will be nearly complete, and to be honest, there is plenty of space to write your message on the back, so I do encourage you to do that with your card. Now it is time for our circle element. First I'm going to put it on the green background here. Super quick and simple, and with liquid glue you do have time to maneuver all those elements. Now I've got tiny strip of green card and I'm going to do couple of folds. All you have to do is to make sure that it looks like a bridge. At least that's how I call it, because it will give you that dimension, and all you have to do is to use your liquid glue. Don't use tape here, because if you make a mistake, that will be very tricky to fix. As you can see, with the bigger panel, I'm going to attach it to our circle element, and the card will look like it's floating with that image. If you don't have circle nesting dice here, as you can see, this one is very snug here, but I didn't mind at all. You can also use other nesting dice from your stash, and that will be perfect as well. Our cut is nearly finished. All we have to do is to create the belly band. I'm going to use the same green cut, and this one comes from Lidl. And with the leftover design papers from Lavender Tea collection from Polkadoodles, I'm going to decorate that belly band. Super quick and simple. All you have to do is to make sure that you leave a gap so we've got that nice green border. As you can see, this strip doesn't close, but it doesn't really matter. We're going to get rid of the excess anyway, because we're going to stick another image on top. So here is the strip with the design paper. It is time to adhere it with the liquid glue. Super quick and easy. And that's exactly what I like about fancy fold cards. They look very complicated, but to be honest, in the end, they are very quick to make if you have all the measurements. So if you want, you can always pause this video and go back to all the measurements that you need. When this is ready, off camera, I use exactly the same image with the daffodil, and I color it in and use the same green card from the Lidl, and I backed it up. And as you can see, we are going to put it on the front, and that will hold our belly band together. I really like this daffodil image, so I couldn't resist. I just had to do it. And to personalize this project, I use my alphabet cutting dice from Tonic Studio and Gold Mirror Card, and I put the word Chloe, because that is the name of the recipient. And it's always a good idea to actually put the belly band first, and don't use scoring board here, because every single gatefold card will be slightly different. But when you wrap it around your card, it will be perfect, and you will make sure that will actually move from the top to the bottom. It is time to put that happy birthday, and I decided to do it inside of the card because I thought, why not? I know I'm covering a little bit of the image, but I didn't mind at all. So when this is ready, I'm going to put that word, as I told you earlier, with gold mirror card at the front of a card, Chloe. And all you can do is to use your low tack tape, put all the letters on a straight line, and then put a little bit of the liquid glue on the back, and then using your low tack tape, put it on your card. So the belly band is complete and the inside is done as well. Please let me know, what do you think about this card? I really hope you'll give it a go because it was so much fun to create. Here you can see my other 2 Gatefold cards for hashtag FFC Challenge 2023. Thank you so much for watching and spending that time with me. Don't forget to like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're new. Have a wonderful day and happy crafting!